Hello everybody, I am the Linkzilla, and welcome to the final episode of Shadow of the Colossus. When we last left off, we had fought the last two Colossi, Synosia and Argus. And Argus was a pain so much. But he's dead now, and that's all that matters. So now we are going for the 16th and final Colossus, and we'll be recording the end of the game as well. What do you got for me, Dormin? Finally, the last Colossus. Took you long enough. The ritual is nearly over. Your wish is nearly granted. Someone now stands to get in thy way. Make haste. The time is short. There's something in your way, and now someone is gonna pay. And if you can't get what you want, well, it's all because of me. And as always, we gotta have our daily look at Wander. Here comes Agro. Is it just me, or it might just be the polygons on his face, but I think that his face is starting to get like kind of a porcelain look. But you guys can definitely see what I'm seeing here, right? Well, let's get to it. Don't worry, girl. I'll be back. Hopefully. Perfect. Great way to start off the final video. And looks like we're headed south. Isn't that the direction we found the first Colossus? Finally, we are going to the ends of the earth. Man, I hope I know what I'm doing. Because this battle, I have a feeling that this battle is going to be tough. Well, this is where we fought the first Colossus. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I probably shouldn't waste time doing this, but it's something that I wanted to do. Basically speaking, just wanna... I just wanted to check out this area to show you guys that, as it turns out, I was wrong. I noticed it in the last video when I was passing over where I fought Quadratus. As it turns out, their bodies do render in. Yep. This is the first Colossus I fought, and as you can see, he is now completely covered in dust and debris. It's almost like he's basically becoming one with the earth in a lot of ways. It really makes you wonder just how long Wander is unconscious every single time he kills one of these things. Well, back to the adventure. After all good things must come to an end. Hey, Wander, go jump off a cliff. Wow, that barely took anything off of you. You're a good boy, Wander. Tough boy. And you're a good horse, Agro. Now, I guess that way? Maybe? It looks like that's the only path. So... I suppose I could do like a quick shout out to the Colossuses that I've killed, the ones I haven't stated their official names so far, except for like in the description section of their videos. Let's see. The turtle, I think, was Barbara-san. Something along those lines. The bull, I think, was Celosia. The sand one was Dirge, the big snake one with the weird eyes. Alright, well, who came after that? The big water one, well, I've definitely forgotten his name, but I'm pretty sure it started with an R. Looks like that's it up there. Is that a save shrine? Yeah! We might as well, I mean, for old time's sake. Oh, it's not a save shrine, it's just a mirage. And then the one after that, the lion one, was Cenobia. Wait, no. No, Phalanx. Phalanx was after that one. Yeah, the flying one, the other flying one, the worm that flies. Wow, look at that wide open country. But I'm not gonna waste my time. Just gonna get to it. You go down there, Agro? So after Phalanx, then it was Cenobia. Man, I'm really tempted to go over there. But I can't help but feel like there's gonna be another save shrine, like... What the... Okay. This is clearly some kind of error. If this was a Zelda game, I'd actually think that this was some kind of Easter egg. Like, it would be an arrow pointing me in the right direction. But anyways, I'm pretty sure that there's another save shrine on the way there, so I'm not gonna bother. But it is gonna be a tough fight, and I am gonna need to save. The lion one was Cenobia. He came after Phalanx. And then, like I said before, that big gorilla one that we killed in the last episode, that was Argus. And he is a pain. Things are getting dark. And there's a gate. Because why wouldn't there be? And now there's light shining from the gate. I wonder what I have to do. Whoa! Should really be careful with how you jump. Stop. Now back it up. Jesus, the horse is hard to control. Position me just right. Yep. Because when it's the final challenge, you gotta put it behind some closed doors. Alright, Agro, let's go. I'm not all that worried. What's there to worry about? We can do this. We've come all this way so far. Are those stairs? Is this a save shrine? Yep, it's a save shrine. No, I don't want to update my Apple software. There he is. Got him. Well, that should make for an acceptable final lizard. Blighty, is that the time? Alright. Come on, Aggro. We've basically, like, killed 15 of these things already. And very occasionally we did it together. We'll do it together for the final one. Yep. Nothing is gonna stop us now. We're an unbeatable team, you and I. Taking horses upstairs. Hear that, Legend of Zelda game developers? But what do I know? They've probably fixed that by now. Really need to play Twilight Princess, don't I? Here we go. Bridge. Yay, she made it! Uh-oh. Whoa! Oh. That's just sad. It's very hard to control with the camera doing that. Well, I have a feeling that I know what the final challenge is. See? Told you it was a good idea that we saved. He's back? Dang it. Fucking camera. Could it be a glitch? Have I, like, found a way to glitch the game? Like, if every single time I die, will another lizard appear? Unless this is, like, a save shrine that had, like, more than one lizard. That's always a possibility. Possibility. Come on, Aggro. No! Ah! Okay, I think I need to learn how the controls change when the camera changes. Which is stupid if you ask me. Oh, there he is again. You know, I'm convinced that you absolutely have to hit them from above. You can't hit them from an angle. I went through the horse again. Get on the fucking horse! Okay, so I'm hitting back, and it's clearly making Aggro go backwards. So... You know, I have a feeling that the only reason that this section of the game is here is because they ultimately realized that, yeah, hey, we didn't really implement anything that had, like, a puzzle that required you to use the horse, so how about we do that at the last minute? How about we throw that in there at the last minute? Terrify the player as well as give them an emotional double whammy. Aggro, go! Dang it! Why does she keep going off to the left like that? Or the right, or whatever it is? Well, I now know what's going to take up the lion's share of this fucking episode. Just trying to make that damn jump. Climb up the wall. God damn it. That would have been perfect if you had landed on the horse wander. This time I'm not gonna try I'm gonna try not hitting any of the directional buttons. Just gonna keep on pressing the speed up button. This is it, Aggro. Let's do it! Do it, do it, do it! Yes! We did it! What the? Keep going! Go on! Go on! What? What? Aggro!
Aggro!
What? What the fuck? Not fair, game. Not fucking fair. Aggro. No. No, you can't do that, game. You know, you think you could just kick me in the emotional crotch like that? Aggro. She was our only companion here. She was our friend. She was so loyal to us, too. She always came when we called her. She was literally always there right when we needed her, even when it put her in the face of danger. Of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, hers was the most human. Goodbye, Aggro. Rest in peace. And thank you. Now, how do I get up this thing? Well, that's simple enough. Folks, I don't typically consider myself an animal lover. I consider myself a rational human being. Therefore, usually when animals suffer, it kind of gets to me, so I didn't necessarily think that something like that would happen. Do I think that it's fair that something like that happened? No. Nope. Just imagining that when we wake up back at the shrine and she's not going to be there to meet us. She's not going to be there when we wake up. How are we going to get out of this place? Those shadow things must do it then. And then, beyond that, me and the girl are going to have to walk all the way back, cross that bridge. Oh well, walking's good for you. Agro did it all the time. She walked everywhere she went. I really hope that what happens is worth it. I hope it's worth the death of my fucking horse and my friend. I wonder if that's like a symptom of isolationism. Like, you basically sort of project feelings on the only other living things there. I mean, quite frankly, if Wander didn't have Agro as a companion, he probably would anthropomorphize an object or something. Wind mechanics. I'm not gonna get blown off this thing, am I? Did it just get darker? Oh my god, it's storming. It's raining. I have a feeling that this upcoming fight is going to be all 7 flavors of epic. You guys didn't know that? There's 7 flavors of epicness. Just like how there's 7 flavors of everything. And now I'm so mad that I can kill this bastard as soon as I see him. Bring it on. Whoa. Is that him? Holy shit. Holy crap, it's like Ganon's tower, but alive. He's quite big. And it's incredibly dark. So this is Malus. The Dark Tower. Think he sees me? Well, if he didn't, he surely does now. Gotta do the slow, dramatic walk. Run for cover. Am I dead? Whoa! Didn't expect that to be such a drop. Ugh. Well, I think he knows exactly where I am. Wander, I hope that whoever that girl is... he can see me! I hope that whoever that girl is, she is worth it. Wander, I know you're not dead. I can see your life bar. Hug the walls. The walls are your friends. You have a completely platonic relationship with the walls. They are completely comfortable with letting you get that close to them. Whoa! I have a feeling that this guy really does not want to die. Huh. Kinda looks like you're wearing a dress there, guy. I mean, if that's your thing, you do you. I can't tell if that's a crater that he just made or if it's something I could realistically dive for. But I think I'm gonna head for that barricade. Jesus, that is a long walk. Oh, another sinky hole. Illegal Danish! Seriously, Wander, this girl of yours better be worth it. He's looking around. Does he see me? Man, you are a tall bastard. This right here is kind of the challenge that I expected from this game, where you have to basically traverse the environment just to get close to these things. Except with the other Colossi, they basically were the environment that you had to traverse. You know, I think it's been the better part of 2 weeks since I've played and recorded, so I'm just glad that I basically converted all of the controls to instinct at this point. No! Wander! And how lovely it is that there's a storm. Let's make this as dramatic as possible, shall we? What's that platform down there for? I have a feeling that I have to run for it, because if I don't... Oh, there's a hallway there. But my burning sense of curiosity... Wait, no, if I go out there now, I'm gonna get pulverized. It's probably nothing. Can't see a thing in this tunnel. Hell, what am I afraid of? There's only one thing to be afraid of, and he's right above me. Well, if I was feeling particularly malicious, I'd say that we're directly underneath his skirt, except for that explosion. That's a clear indication that we're not underneath his skirt. We are clearly still out in the open. Are we? Aren't we? Whoa! Oh. Oh! Storm winds and laser bolts will not stop me! Oh! Okay, I deserve that one. Oh, those are some powerful blasts. Wait a second, this looks oddly familiar. Am I all the way back at the beginning? You know, that would basically be fair game, I'd say, knocking me all the way back a great distance. Oh wait, it's not. And I just rolled into it myself. Well, in this just a fine kettle of fish. Take forever on a friggin' rickety bridge just to get here. I lose my horse when I finally get through that bridge, and now I'm fighting gigantic, monstrous Colossus thing wearing a dress that keeps shooting laser bolts at me. So what, Dormin? You're keeping quiet? You're not going to give me some advice about how you have to get close to it? Okay. Now I'm definitely underneath his dress. Weird! I always feel more comfy in a dress! I've got a plan, and it's as hot as my pants! For those of you down in the comment section below, if you can tell me where that quote is, you will win a little heart sticker. And, as you remember from my God of War Ascension playthrough, a heart sticker is worth exactly 5% of my respect. Whoa, look at the wind physics on it. Wander's tunic is flowing. I'm on his foot. Ah, have to get outside the dress, methinks. Here we go. No turning back now. Although, quite frankly, I think that we've reached the point of... We've long since passed the point of no return. I don't know how that worked, but I'll take it. I don't know why I did that, but okay. Music is not helping here. I think we're rapidly approaching his waist, and there's one of his arms. I didn't see that gap. It's a good thing the winds aren't that bad right now. Oh, I'm behind him. He's probably still looking for me down there. Well, let's help him find me, shall we? Because I have a feeling that regardless if I want it or not, this battle is going to be a straight face-to-face, head-on confrontation. Right. Let's say hello. This is a bad idea. Ooh. And he's reaching. He's actually using... I'm on his hand. Whoa! Hang on, Wander! Hold on, boy. We are not giving up now. No! Please kill me. Just... If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth doing. Oh, what? I have no idea how that happened. You remember how I mentioned in God of War Ascension that the controller might have a mind of its own? That's only because it does. It is alive, and it wants me to fail. His sole purpose is to make you fail. But we're not going to fail, are we, Wander? Do or do not. There is no try. I don't think our esteemed host appreciated that last greeting. Let's repeat it, shall we? Right, so where do I go from here? It's too far, I can't jump for it. Aha! This is not good. Can I actually regain my stamina by standing here? I'll just have to make do. So, you're Malus, huh? No! Well, at least I didn't fall all the way to the bottom this time. I'll just sit here and recollect my strength. Well, I don't think I can get up from here. At least not from this side. At least I've managed to hurt him. I'm gonna stab him. Where, my lord? In the great hole and in the bladder. No, can't do that. Huh, I guess that works. So, you're a Malus, eh? Can I make it? There's no way that I can make it. Nope. In fact, I'm just roughly back to where I started. Well, at least I know that if I stab the hand, that can stun him. I just... God damn it, why can't I fall from that height and kill me? Else I'll get electrocuted by that very spectacular bracelet he's got on. Probably shouldn't have done that. Just gotta climb up his hand. This game really does scale beautifully because, like, ultimately speaking, it feels kind of real with the idea that, like, for someone, let's say a normal human being, they feel something crawling on their hand, and then they see, like, maybe, I don't know, an ant or an insect. So, Malus, what can I do to beat you, eh? Not talking? Just gonna rebuild my stamina, if you don't mind. There, rebuilt. Now I'm just gonna hold on. Malus. Maybe if I... Whoa! Wow, I can't believe this is working. But I will take it! Gotcha! I'm on you. I'm on your shoulders, Malus. Oh look, I think that there's a platform for me to stand on. Oh, and if I'm not mistaken, you have another weak point right here. Let's poke at it, shall we? Nice try, Mallory. Now let me take a stab. I am on the crown of the last Colossus! This is it, Malus. You were a worthy opponent, in a matter of speaking. Only because you were far more intelligent than the others. And this... You know, you reached around for me before. Raise one of your hands to your head. I have one simple request. And that is to have Colossi with frickin' Wonder Boys attached to their heads. This will end it! And with that, it's over. The last Colossus is destroyed. And it only took me 50 minutes. I was actually hoping that the episode would be fairly even, but... And of course, it's got tentacles. Can they get me in midair? Oh! I wanted to jump for it to see if they could get me in midair, but I'm technically floating on air now. We see what behind all of this. No tunnel of light. Final Colossus. Well, that's an understatement. They finally made it to the bridge, which means they are at the shrine. Dude, you probably shouldn't have gotten off your horse. I mean, there's a lot of stairs coming up ahead of you. Oh, that's right. They have to open the door. How'd the door close behind Wander? Dude, put your mask back on. Is there radiation? You don't know. Not like that mask will protect you from radiation. My jokes make perfect sense. And they've got crossbows. and stir. And they're just in time to witness my final desecration of their temple. Malus is no more. That was a lot of syllables for just the word no. Anybody else agree? Well, the girl is still there, and she's still pretty dead. Dormin, explain yourself. Malus. Are they gonna show how Wander gets back there? Because he doesn't have aggro anymore. He looks pretty twisted and mangled. And pale. Anybody else see that? Like, the tips of his fingers are incredibly dark, almost like he's dead! He's being lifted. Weird. I'm usually back before the statue implodes. Subtitles, please. Hey, what do you guys think you're doing? Hey, you stay away from my woman. And the sword is just there for some reason. Uh-oh. Shadow people. Wander, you okay there, buddy? Whoa. You guys see that? Wander has horns now. And you see his face? It was you, after all. Dun dun dun! No, not really. So it's cursed. It's not sacred at all. Well, I kind of assumed that since I pretty much made a deal with an eldritch abomination. He's got horns, his face is all messed up, his eyes are glowing. Used? Dormin. He was an adventurer until he took an arrow to the knee. Holy, that's a very dark blood. I feel like I should be protesting to this. I have a feeling that you probably should not have done that, because now Wander is spewing the same black stuff that the Colossus did. The Colossi did. Am I gonna become a Colossus? Those Colossi, what were they? Also, you clearly missed his heart. Like, that's like so far off. I mean, you got his lung, but judging by the placement of that wound, you totally missed the heart. I have a feeling that the heart is probably crucial for killing something like this. Ah, that's probably gonna make it worse. He's... I call hacks. They shouldn't be able to do that except with the sacred sword over there, which they'd easily be able to get. And so, Wander befalls the same fate as his 16 victims. Not to mention all the lizards I've killed along the way. Ooh. What the? What's happening? Oh my god. I am turning into a Colossus. I'm hulking out! I've got tentacles. And I've got horns. Wait, are those wings? Are the tentacles supposed to be wings? Thou severed our body into 16 segments for an eternity in order to seal away our power. This is Dormin. We, Dormin, have risen anew. So, the reason that Dormin had us going around killing the Colossi all this time was because his essence was trapped inside of them. We have borrowed the body of this warrior. Oh, this is what you call borrowing? They're becoming one with him. Place a seal over the entire shrine before it's too late. The girl. Oh, what's gonna happen, I wonder? What the? Oh, I've got control. Oh my god, do I control Dormin? Holy shit! Holy crap! There is a 17th Colossus, and I'm him! Cower, mortals! Ah, they've got the sword. Turn around. Come on, we gotta get them. Turn, Dormin. We gotta crush some fools. Cower, mortals! Where is your god now? Quick, after them! My god, you move slow. Seriously, I've encountered zip codes that move faster than you. So the entire point of this whole thing is that a long time ago, Dormin, his essence, his soul, he was split up into 16 segments, and each one was trapped in one of the Colossi. They got away. Is there any way for me to stop them? Because I honestly don't think I can stop them with how slow Dormin moves. So Dormin was literally just using us all along in order to free himself. That's why every single time we killed a Colossi, those black tentacles would latch onto us. Dormin was seeping his way into our body. Saddle my horse! Hey, that's my sword. Is he about to commit seppuku? That is a priceless relic, you ass. What the? Oh my god! It's ranch dressing! We found it! Can't tell if it's a vortex or what, because it kind of blew his mask off. What the? Whoa! No. No. Holy crap. It's like the end of Jumanji. Everything's being sucked back into the board game. No! No! It's sucking all the darkness out of us. Wander. He was in there the entire time. Whoa, got control again. Come on, Wander. Get up! We can do this! Agro! Who am I whistling for? Agro's gone. Come on, no! Come on, we can... Fight, boy! Fight! No! No! Come on! Hang on! I don't want to! Don't make me! You can't make me! No! I killed dozens of lizards for this grip! No! No! My grip wasn't strong enough. No beam of light? Usually these things end with a beam of light in the sky. You know, to signify that the seal worked. No? You sure? And my murderers are escaping. You know, I have a feeling that that Dormin probably wouldn't have gained such control over my body if they hadn't killed me. Oh. Now they're destroying the bridge? That's sacred architecture you're destroying there. I mean, I know I did the same virtually 16 times, but come on. Whoa, they gotta pick up the pace if they're gonna keep ahead of that. Come on, bridge. Catch up to them, overtake them, come on! Dang it. They got away. Well, I don't think that this ending could be any more depressing. Lost a horse. My meat suit was used by an eldritch abomination, and I didn't even get the girl. What the? She's alive! Dorothy, you're waking up! So, Dormin kept his end of the bargain? That's messed up. Wow. The Eldritch Abomination apparently has to stick to a deal. But fat lot of good it does wander. It's basically kind of like a monkey's paw thing. Oh, you want your dead girlfriend back? Well, sorry, I'm gonna need your body. You can just imagine Dormin saying that. I've come for your body. You could at least take me out to dinner first. These Eldritch Abomination gods, they only want to use you for your body. And now she is stuck here, because the bridge is out, and she's all alone. Wonder what she's gonna do. She's barefoot. That's not a good thing to be. Not in a place like this. Horse? What? No. No, it can't be. It's... Oh! Yep! She's alive! She's hurt, but she's alive. It's a miracle. I wonder if the girl knows, like, she recognizes that this is Wander's horse. They seem pretty familiar with each other. White screen, is that how the game's gonna end? Music kinda got dramatic there. Oh. They're gonna show us all the Colossi we've defeated. There's number 1. I forget his name. There's Quadratus. I really wish that I had gone back and checked them out, but I'm glad that the credit sequence is showing them for me. There's Gaius. Big bastard. This is just incredible. There's the horse one with a really difficult name, but I could barely see him because that's clearly not where he died. Phaedra. That's something that I wish that I could go back and see. Just see Phaedra in the lake. And, Barbas. Wow. Talk about an incredible game, an incredible experience. Oh, looks like he finally washed up. Aquarius, Hydraulis. There's the Alpha Lizard, forget his name. A tail trapped within a pail. I wonder if this is basically how they were formed. They, once they needed, bodies to hold, there's the turtle, the damn terrapin. Bastardos. There's Dirge. Basically, once they needed, 16 vessels to hold Dormin's soul inside of, I wonder if the Colossi just sprang from the Earth. And now that they've been defeated, they return to the Earth. Number 12. The bane of my existence. There's Phalanx. He is most impressive. Zenobia, or Salosia. I'm sure somebody will correct me down in the comment section. Vargas, or Argus. Yeah, it's Argus, not Vargas. What do you do, Vargas? And Malus. So, I guess that's Shadow of the Colossus, everybody. Thank you all so much for playing with me. Oh, we got more cutscenes. Come on! Come on, Bridge! Come on, you can catch them! Come on! There's no way those horses can move fast enough. I mean, seriously, I had to temporarily lose my horse. They should lose all their horses. And they should die, too. I don't know why, I just hate these guys. I really do. Because despite everything, at least Dormin held up his end of the deal. But then again, we don't know what Dormin has done and why these people fear him. But considering that he's... I don't think that solves your problem, though. Should you be alive? Like I said, I don't think that this basically fixes the problem, because Dormin's still, well, basically he got freed. Don't you guys have to separate him into more souls? I really hope that you guys have enjoyed following me on this Shadow of the Colossus playthrough, and I really hope Agro recovers. I really hate seeing her like that. Poor animal. Oh. Pool. Oh, are they gonna look inside and they're gonna find Wander alive in there? That'd be nice. I mean, the guy basically alluded to... What? What? Okay. Infant with horns. Didn't see that coming. And it has what looks like red hair, so... That's supposed to be Wander. How did that happen? I'm confused. I have so many questions! Does she know that that's Wander? Is she going to feel at all awkward raising her boyfriend from infancy? Like, is that going to be a very awkward conversation? Well, Agro's trying to get the fuck out of here. I don't think they can get out that way anymore. The bridge is out. Well, this looks pretty bad. Wait, there's a path. Where are you going, Agro? I gotta say, I'm impressed that Agro is still alive. I mean, after basically falling into that chasm. I mean, sure, there was a river down there, but that fall basically killed me at least 3 times. It's a garden, I think. It's a fawn, so life can exist here. This looks like a haven where they'll be safe. For the time being, at least. Squirrel! Never known a fawn for basically going up to a person that quickly. And there's the eagle. Guy that started all of this. Jeez, never realized just how big this place was. We virtually only saw like 2 rooms, but it like just goes up and up, doesn't it? It's like a castle. Maybe it was Dormin's castle once upon a time. Good bird, just fly over the graves of my fallen Colossi. Kinda wish that I had taken one last look at the sky before going to fight Malus. That way I could have seen just how many I had killed. I mean, I know how many I killed, but like, just to see them all. Beams of light. And that's clever. It's like it literally ends where it began, because that shot is very similar to how the intro begins. Well, anyways, that was Shadow of the Colossus. My thoughts? Wow, this game was incredible. Granted, like, the gameplay can seem a little bit sparse, as basically going back and watching episodes of my recording sessions playing the game, I can ultimately see why this game wouldn't be a lot of people's cup of tea. But like I said at the beginning, this game is actually more akin to a work of art than it is a video game. It was focused entirely on building an experience and basically conveying an idea or a story purely through visuals, visual storytelling. That's ultimately why I chose every single episode to focus on how Wander was changing throughout the entire course of the game. And as you guys can clearly see, earlier in the game he started with a rather vibrant crimson-looking hair, and at the end his hair went like from red to purple to black, and now at the end I'm pretty sure it was blue. And then with the horns and everything, I kind of wish that the horns had begun to manifest sooner. That way it would make it seem like what I was talking about was a bit more warranted instead of just me, like, being paranoid, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately speaking, this game is incredible, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend playing it if you haven't gotten the chance to yet. And if you don't think that you're in the mood for playing it, well, then just, I guess, find your favorite YouTuber who has played this and just sit back and watch them play it. Just enjoy the ride for what it is. But I have to say that I really think that playing this game and actually experiencing it for yourself is a lot different than watching somebody play it, and I gotta say that it's really true. You kind of like get this really close sense of actually being there as Wander when you play this game for yourself. You can actually like just feel the panic overcome you when the Colossi start shaking, trying to shake you off their bodies, and you're just desperately trying to hold on for a few minutes longer. You could actually begin to basically feel your heart rate increase when you realize that your stamina meter is dwindling down to nothing, and you gotta do something quickly in order to, like, recover your stamina. Ultimately speaking, the sense of scale in this game is incredible. You genuinely get the sense that you are just a small, helpless human being who is virtually contesting with gods, gigantic, godlike Colossus beings. But ultimately speaking, they're also kind of dopey animals. They sort of lose their grandiose and divine and monstrous nature when you realize just how kind of dull they are. But ultimately speaking, I feel like that's kind of like a point of the game. It goes toward the storytelling perspective of the game, in the fact that one of the reasons that I was always a bit curious about the Colossus, or the Colossi, all of them, is that most of them were upright, or at least some of them were upright, and they had hands. Why is it that they resorted to just shaking Wander off when they could have just easily reached up and grabbed his scrawny ass? Basically speaking, like, why wouldn't they do that? Especially Malus. Malus, the final Colossus that we killed in this video, he seemed genuinely like an intelligent Colossus. He was constantly trying to keep us away from him by shooting us from a distance. But ultimately speaking, and he even reacted in a realistic way to whenever we kind of like hit one of his weak points. He basically reached for it to try and like settle the pain, but then it ultimately seemed like he was just waiting for me to grab onto him, and then he seemed to purposefully position his hand in a way that would allow me to get up his arm, and then, like, with him just basically holding onto his other hand after I stabbed it, it seemed like he was just ultimately waiting for me to figure out the solution. And that's because I think on some personal level, because each of these Colossi contain Dormin inside of them, or at least a piece of him, I think that they all want to die. They all want you to kill them. Granted, they can't make it look easy. They have to at least pretend to put up a fight, I suppose. That's a great thing to theorize about. Now, ultimately speaking, how do I feel about the story? I gotta say, even though it's confusing at the end, I think that because it's so confusing, that's what makes it so satisfying, especially when you get the confirmation that, yeah, everything that you've done up to the game actually isn't all that good. You are actually doing harm, and basically you're meddling in taboos that are beyond your understanding, and you've potentially unleashed an eldritch abomination on the rest of the world, and everyone could be in danger because of you. So, aces! Basically speaking, that's what's so interesting about the game. You don't know much of anything. You don't know Wander's motivation, but, I mean, you don't really know his relationship with the girl, but you assume that it's pretty intimate, because why would a guy go to these lengths for her? So his motivation, like, to revive the girl is pretty simple, but you don't know the full extent of why he's doing this. It could be a little bit more than just they're romantically inclined, you know? You don't really know much about this world, you don't know what language they're speaking, you don't know their customs, their culture, but I don't think any of that matters. I think that that's just window dressing, because what really matters is virtually, like, the scenery, the world that this game created. It's a beautiful open world, which I'm very impressed at. I'm surprised that going from one place to another in this game didn't require loading scenes. Like, the only loading screens that were required were between cutscenes and whatnot, and I'm okay with that. And I'm usually a guy who's okay with, like, having loading time between worlds. I just don't really get bothered by that sort of thing, but I'm calling it out for what it was at the time, and what it was at the time was impressive, because you gotta remember, this was all done on the PlayStation 2. Basically speaking, like, everybody nowadays complains about, like, that game console for not having good graphics or being so weak. You guys really need to stop sucking modern gaming's dick. You know what I'm saying? You guys gotta appreciate things for what they are and the time they came out, because PlayStation 2 was my fucking childhood. I mean, basically speaking, like, all of my best memories come from having that console, or at least most of them come from having that console. Ultimately speaking, that console was like one of the first consoles that I had owned. We always got games for the PlayStation 2. It's how I actually played some PlayStation 1 games. Ultimately speaking, what's really impressive about this game coming out in that generation is that this game literally pushed what the PlayStation 2 was capable of during the last few years of its runtime, because this came out in 2005. I think that the PlayStation 2 was replaced by the PS3 in 2007, so that was basically kind of like during the twilight years of the PS2's run, but it completely caught the world by storm with what the PlayStation 2 was capable of, and for what it is, I think that it's visually impressive. Now, do I think that the updated graphics of the PlayStation 4 version are amazing? Are they incredible? Yes, I do. I'd have to basically just be daft if I didn't, because they basically take what's already beautiful about this game and they amp it up. And I gotta admit that for a game like this, the realistic quality of what the game looks like is part of the appeal, and that's why I can accept a game like this having up-to-date graphics in order to make it look more real. And I gotta admit, the PlayStation 4 does look beautiful. Do I think that the PlayStation 2 version still has an unspoken charm about it? Of course I do. Now comes for the big question. Now, this is basically kind of circulated around back in 2005 and the years following after the game's release, particularly because the game created such a big buzz. And that question is, do you think Shadow of the Colossus deserves a film adaptation? And ultimately speaking, I can see this as an example of my personal character growth over the years, because back when I was a kid, the first thing I would say is, of course, that's such a great idea. Let's make Shadow of the Colossus into a movie. But nowadays, I would have to say no. I don't think that a movie is actually necessary. Why? Well, because one of these things that people complain about nowadays is that video games nowadays are becoming too close to movies, and for some reason that causes like the game's story to suffer, because instead of basically gaining the bits of the story naturally throughout the progression of the game, the player is basically held hostage during long cutscenes that waste their time. I personally don't really feel that way, but here's what I do feel about this whole concept of making Shadow of the Colossus into a movie. I feel like if they made Shadow of the Colossus into a movie, they would have to go out of their way to explain the things left unsaid in the Shadow of the Colossus game, and I feel like that would sort of cause them to lose their charm in a lot of ways. One of the biggest, most charming things about this game is that we don't have all the answers. We don't know exactly what Dormin is, apart from speculating that he's some kind of demon. We don't know the history of the land. We don't know what this place is, why it is, what happened here, and we certainly don't know who the girl is, who Wander is, and why Wander is going through these great lengths for them. A movie would have no choice but to flesh all those things out, or be mocked for basically not including character development or character personality. And then, ultimately speaking, the movie would simply just be one human guy going around killing a whole bunch of giant monsters for what I could considerably seem to be for maybe 2.5 hours. And because of that, because the game is focused primarily on killing colossal beasts, I have a feeling that the story of the game, were it be made into a movie, would be heavily abridged. Like, I honestly don't even see them going with a full 16, all the full 16 Colossi. I don't even think that they'd go with 8. I think that they might whittle it down to 6. Now, if they chose the 6 best Colossi from this game, that would be something to see brought to life on a big screen. But then again, it would just be a whole bunch of computer-generated images being put to a screen in a method that you can't interact with them. Now, this is something that I've sort of grown a bit more warmer to, because clearly playing a game and watching a movie are completely different experiences, but if you were to take the CG models from this game and update them to more of a big-budget Hollywood blockbusting special effects and put them in a movie, yeah, sure, it would look nice, but I can't help but feel like fans of the game would be just wishing that they could actually interact with it, you know? That they'd actually just be, like, kind of like wishing that they were playing the game instead of watching the movie. Because I feel like they would get more out of the game than they would from the movie, you know what I'm saying? And plus, video game movies nowadays have been such a failure that it honestly comes off as we shouldn't even bother trying anymore. We have to ultimately figure out what ultimately should go into making a good movie, and why the stories of video games work so well when you think that some of them lend themselves perfectly to movies. I mean, there are tons of video games out there that I think could and should be adapted into movies, and some of them might even be on the way as we speak, but unfortunately, the people who are making the movies, they don't have the right attitude about it. And I say that basically with, like, no compunctions. People nowadays, the movies that are coming out of Hollywood just show that people have the wrong attitudes about what movies should be. You know what I'm saying? I think that I'll go into more detail about this if I ever decide to actually start doing those discussion videos that I keep talking about, but that is basically my thoughts on that. Shadow of the Colossus doesn't need a movie, and if it does get made, it might just be one of the most expensive wastes of our time you have ever seen. If you have a PlayStation 4, I highly recommend picking up the remastered, re-released version of Shadow of the Colossus for the PS4. I know that I'm heavily contemplating getting a PlayStation 4 to get that game as we speak. But for now, let's see if there's anything for us after this end screen. Would you like to save? Alright. Is there going to be a bonus Easter egg? Is Samuel Jackson in an eye patch going to show up, talking us about the Avenger Initiative? The Forbidden. Dum, 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 dum. Shrine of Worship 0 defeated. 10 hours and 11 minutes, and now there's a little blue 2 by my save file. Now you can enter time attack mode by praying circle in front of the Colossus statue in the shrine. Oh, time trial mode. Well, that certainly sounds interesting. You can now choose hard mode when starting a new game. Huh, I wonder. Well, I guess that's worth a look. Well, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. That was Shadow of the Colossus. Thank you all so much for joining me on this playthrough. It's gonna be a while before I'm back to making playthroughs again, but for now, if you like this video, please leave a comment down in the comment section below, and be sure to like it and share it with your friends. If you want to keep up to date on more Linkzilla Let's Plays coming your way in the future, then just smash that subscribe button and ring that little bell to become part of the notification squad. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next video. Later!